I used to believe my marriage was unshakable. Claire was everything to me. My anchor, my reason, the woman who promised me forever. When I married her, I also became stepfather to her son from her previous marriage, Daniel. At the time, he was only 14, a quiet boy who hardly spoke to anyone. Over the years, I watched him grow into a tall, confident young man. At 19, Daniel was bright, charming, and full of life. I was proud of him, proud that I had been part of his upbringing. I trusted Claire with my life, and when I sometimes noticed her treating Daniel with unusual softness, I brushed it off as maternal affection. After all, she often told me, he'll always be like a child to me. But then came the night that shattered my faith in both of them. It was a late Friday evening when I returned home earlier than expected. Claire thought I'd be away for business until the next morning, but a last-minute change brought me back to my own front door just past midnight. The house was quiet except for the faint hum of the television. I didn't want to wake them, so I slipped inside carefully. That's when I noticed the glow of the living room light spilling under the door. Curious, I approached silently. And then I heard it. Soft laughter. Claire's laughter. But there was another sound mixed with it, lower, younger, full of something I couldn't quite place. My heart thudded against my ribs as I pushed the door slightly open. What I saw froze me where I stood. Claire sat close, too close, beside Daniel on the couch. Their knees brushed, and her hand lingered on his arm longer than any mother's hand should. He leaned into her, whispering something that made her giggle. But it was the look in her eyes that destroyed me, the look of a woman not gazing at her son, but at a man. I wanted to believe it was innocent. I wanted to slam the door shut and convince myself my eyes were betraying me. But then it happened, the moment that ended every excuse. Daniel's fingers brushed across her hand, slowly, deliberately, and Claire didn't pull away. Instead, she let their fingers intertwine, her lips parting as if it were the most natural thing in the world. That forbidden touch was all I needed to know the truth. I stumbled back, my breath ragged, my vision blurred. My chest tightened with a mix of fury and heartbreak. For years, Claire told me, he's just a child, my little boy. You worry too much about him growing independent. Yet there she was, melting into a touch that no mother should accept, no wife should allow. I didn't confront them immediately. My rage was too volcanic, and I feared what words, or worse actions, might escape me. Instead, I retreated upstairs, pretending I had never returned. I lay awake until dawn, every tick of the clock a reminder of the betrayal downstairs. The next morning, Claire came to our room, cheerful as ever. "You're home early," she smiled, leaning down to kiss me. The touch of her lips burned like acid on my skin. I turned away. She frowned. "What's wrong?" I stared at her, my voice low and trembling. "Don't play games with me, Claire. I saw you." Her face went pale. "Saw what?" I let out a bitter laugh. "Don't you dare insult me by pretending. I saw the way he touched you. The way you let him." Claire's hands shook as she backed away, but then, unbelievably, her expression hardened. "You're imagining things," she whispered. "Daniel is my son. He's like a child to me." "A child?" I spat the word. "No mother lets her child hold her hand like that. No mother looks at her son the way you looked at him." She broke then, tears spilling down her cheeks. But instead of denying it, instead of begging me to believe her innocence, she collapsed onto the bed, whispering, "I didn't mean for it to happen." The world spun around me. My stomach churned. "So it's true," I said hoarsely. Claire buried her face in her hands. "He was lonely. I was lonely. You're always gone for work. We were just talking at first. But then one night," her voice cracked. "I don't know how I let it go this far." The betrayal cut deeper with every word. My wife, my partner, confessing that she had blurred the most sacred line of all. And Daniel, the boy I had raised, the boy I had loved as my own, had crossed it with her. I couldn't breathe. My marriage, my home, my life, it all felt like ash in my hands. "Get out," I whispered, my voice breaking. "Both of you. Get out of my house." Claire begged, falling to her knees, clinging to my hand. "Please, it was a mistake. We can fix this. He means nothing. You mean everything." But I couldn't unsee what I had seen. I couldn't erase the image of their fingers entwined, her eyes glowing with a love that should have been mine. I pushed her away, her sobs echoing in the room as I walked out. Daniel avoided me for days, skulking like a coward, until finally he left without a word. Claire stayed, desperate, broken, promising change. But my heart was beyond repair. The woman who swore her son was just a child had shown me the truth in a single touch, a touch that destroyed everything we had built. Now, I live alone, haunted by the betrayal that grew under my own roof. People ask why I left Claire, why I abandoned the family we had. I never tell them the full story. Some truths are too dark, too twisted to share. But every night, when silence fills my house, I hear her words echoing in my mind. He's like a child to me. And I see again, as clear as the night it happened, the forbidden touch that proved it was all a lie.